bionic man.
Yeah. And we're here, Queenstown Arena on a Friday night, a chilly Friday night. I'm Dave Dudnick, and with me I have Craig Jack, a longtime hockey enthusiast. And we're going to present to you the Mako, Auckland Mako against the SkyCity Stampede. Craig, we know about the Mako, young crew coming in. It seems like forever we've had a game here in the barn. We had the big break with the Worlds.
Yeah.
And some of these players from the Stampede played and you know, showed some good promise in that Worlds game, and now we're back into our regular season. Give us a prediction on tonight.
Oh, I think what we're going to be looking for is the Stampede. You're going to be wanting to work your systems. It's a chance for them to try out some new lines, some new combinations, and for the Mako, geez, they've got nothing to lose, eh? I mean, some of these guys are still shaving with a wet cloth, and they've got a chance to really prove themselves. So I think it's going to be enough for an interesting game. It's a full barn tonight.
Yeah, sold out. Wonderful. Wonderful here in Queenstown. We got Lee here on the buttons and Whitney on the camera, and the two of us doing the talking stuff. Before the puck is dropped, we're going to have an award that was awarded earlier a few weeks ago, and that was the Sports Central Award. So Joe Knight, representing the Sports Central, is going to award the SkyCity Stampede Team of the Year.
It's great to see.
And also, Joe Knight will be awarding, on behalf of Sports Central, Adam Nagy will be receiving Official of the Year.
It's a rare chance to celebrate a referee, that's for sure.
Yeah, first time they ever got a thumbs up at this bar. Oh, stop it, David. Stop it. We'll just get this award done, and then we'll get on to some hockey. So this is a Central Otago award. And that was the award to the SkyCity.
Well, for Adam Nagy.
Adam Nagy, sorry.
And I think it speaks leagues as for the hockey club here to take out 2 awards in the Central Otago Sports Awards.
Receiving that award is Mitchell Freer for Team of the Year. All right. So now we can get into the pointy end of the evening. Mako, Auckland Mako against SkyCity Stampede. Man, it's good to be up here. It's been a while. Had
always a good night for a hockey game, Dave.
Had a great time with the Worlds. That was wonderful to see that high caliber hockey being played in Dunedin, both the men and the women's.
Yeah.
Both showed themselves to be contenders in that level.
I think when we were watching the Worlds, it was just great to see the sellout crowds of support in Dunedin for all the teams that showed up.
Yeah, wonderful.
You know, hockey's alive in the South Island.
Well, alive in New Zealand, isn't it? Really, like a bit of a coup for them to win that both tournaments.
Yes.
All right, so tonight's official, Richard Button, and wearing the stripes on either side, the linesman is Adam Nagy, who has presented that award, and Nick Flight. In net for the Mako, I believe, is Cody Buick, and in net for the SkyCity Stampede, Joel Gerard. Puck went out quickly. Face off deep in that Mako zone. McIntosh wins it. Back to Harrison. Harrison takes a quick shot. The Stampede controlling in that Mako zone. McIntosh, quick shot on target from the blue line. Bit of a collision.
I think he tripped over himself there.
And that was Roby and McIntosh upended. And it rolls into Stampede zone. Big railing hit behind the net. Stampede again. Hemmed in the Makos, marching it out. Marcus McDonald. Stampede with Burns. Burns behind the net. Loses it on the point was Campbell. Puck rolls in front, forcing the Stampede back to their own corner. Stampede push it all the way across the ice.
Yeah, well, I think the Stampede came to play tonight. They're definitely letting the Mako know that this is not a friendly game. I think it's going to be a long night, but some good hockey.
Yeah, Stampede forced to ice that puck.
Yep.
Creating, so this allows them two things: the Mako to face off down in that Stampede zone, plus the Stampede are unable to change. Moving it out of his own zones, Campbell. Robbed from
Jake Hutchins.
Good to see another Queenstown lad out there. You'll notice that Jesse's on one team and Jake's on the other. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing like some good sibling rivalry.
Burns feeds McCog. Oh. McCog dances past a couple players and ends up tucking it in behind.
Oh, I think the traders might need to get some ice packs for some broken ankles out there. That was, he had them going one way and then the other.
Yep, back and forth. But waved off.
Oh.
Maybe an offside. No, it wasn't offside. Not sure what happened there.
Hey, to live to see another day.
Yes, play that one back on your.
Oh.
Bit of metal there from McCullum. Or Harford, sorry. Rusky Jones along the far boards. Carries to the corner, loses it. And it's pushed out to the red line, then dumped back in behind the net. Dickinson clears it up. And Hartford forced to give chase all the way into Stampede zone. Rolling around on the neutral zone as Harrison finally pushes it into Mako territory. It rolls behind the net. Puck rolls in front, and that's in. Sort of a Harrison-McIntosh-Roby combination. And they just sort of circled like sharks. Oh, nope, that wasn't even a pun intended, Jack. Craig Jack is looking at me going, this is going to be a long night. I didn't do that on purpose.
That's what you
but
said.
It was true.
It was true. But it was a beautiful play. It was just good to see them hungry on that rebound.
Yes. McCullum carries over the blue line. McCullum can't center across to Harrison. But McIntosh picks it up. And Makos get it out. Ends up on McIntosh's stick. McIntosh far past. And McCullum one times it.
That one had eyes, Dave. That one had eyes.
Right. So we're 4 minutes into this game and we're at 2-0.
Yeah, but one thing you can't fault the Mako is that, they're not being intimidated. They're not here to get pushed around. They are giving as good as they get and looking hopefully to see a bit of fight back from them.
So face off again, center ice. Burns. That's Chalice. Tries to feed the center. Yeah. And it's tapped all the way down the ice by Campbell. Freer. Sorry. That's Lockie Boniface with it. Boniface. Trying to rail it out, but he can't. But he's got himself something.
Delay a game.
So Boniface has got himself on the score sheet. Wrong place on the score sheet. He'll be disappointed with that. He's quite a conscious player. All right, face off. Chance for Stampede to test their power plays. McIntosh facing off against Kyle Marsh. Harrison with it. Shot. Push to the corner. Chalice back to McCullum. McCullum across to McIntosh. And Harrison with it. Leaves for McCog. Try it again. Bounces in front. Harrison with it. Can't push it on target. McCog. McCullum. McCullum across to Devlin. Devlin cross shot to McCullum. And McIntosh cross to Chalice. McCog can't control it. And McCullum has to push it around on the blue line.
Ooh.
And Mako's, that was March who did a great job of clearing. They've chewed up a half of this penalty, so well done on the penalty kill. McIntosh pushes over the blue line. He had Devlin skating in on that low slot. McIntosh, Burns, Harford with it. Harford crossed to Devlin. Great control and kicked out by Freer. Geez, I got to get that right.
Blame your eyes.
Yeah. And Resky Jones with it on the blue line. Resky Jones carries to the corner. Behind the net. Still has it. Harford on the blue line. Quick shot. And great effort by Cody Buick. He had it. He stopped it. It rolled over his shoulder. He had some teammates batting at it, but still nothing.
That's going to be one when he looks at the tape. He's going to want to have back. I just got caught up on the shoulder there and tipped in.
Yeah, unlucky. Yeah. He'll wake up in those cold sweat. You know that as a player.
Yep.
Yeah, wake up with that cold sweat, remembering the one that almost was.
He'll be living rent-free for the rest of the week, that one.
Yeah, in that back corner of your mind. Makos push it into Stampede zone. McIntosh across to Roby. Roby takes it to the corner, round behind the net, loses it. And McIntosh, Harrison, back. Centering pass, big save. Buick pulls one out in front of the net. Cross ice to McIntosh over the blue line, being heavily dogged. Centers broken up. Spectacular breaking up there by the Mako.
Oh, they came to play, Dave. They came to play.
Mako clearing it in. That was Eli Peak who fired that in, but then it's railed all the way out and waved off. Boniface pushes it behind the net. That's picked up by Chalice, though. Chalice trying to center. And a great pass to get it out of the neutral zone. And Mako get it into Stampede area, but it's turned around quickly. Shot on net. by Campbell. And Mako march it up over the blue line. Pushed off the puck in the high slot. And Freer with Chalice start moving it out. Huge work by Jake Hutchins, dogging both Freer and Chalice deep in that Stampede zone. And Dima carried that out nicely for the Mako, but then it's pushed all the way back in again. 11 minutes, 55 seconds left in this first period. It's 3-0 for the Stampede. The Mako are trying to get it out of their own zone. Bit of scrambling happening here.
Yeah, I'd say it's the Mako. They're making some good breaks, but maybe it's the nerves. They just seem to be holding their sticks a bit too tightly. I've seen them fan on about 3 good shots. So,
and Rescue Jones pushes his way all the way into Cody Buick's grill and ends up with a face-off deep in the Mako zone.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to see the Mako just loosen up and ease their way into this game a bit more and just start to take the shots, find the space, take a bit of time.
Take some time, yeah. Shot from the point by Roby. Puck rolls across the crease. No one there to...
There we go.
There's a chance.
Hey.
And scores the Mako. Fantastic single effort there.
What was that?
That was Thomas Clark.
Jeez.
Spectacular hustle.
Yeah.
One, single man effort.
Yeah. No.
End to end. And Joel Gerard.
He had him dead to rights.
Yeah, pulled to one side, and it was pushed in. Clark pushed it in on the inside. Beautiful work. Hutchins taps it back to Burns. That makes it a 3-1 game. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Marsh with it. Marsh shot just high. Marsh takes another swing at it. And a shot where Gerard is forced to block that one.
I think it was the first kind of sustained pressure we've seen from the Mako on this game.
Yep, great work. Puck rolls in front, forcing Russ Campbell to push it back into the boards. Ooh. March can't quite collect it in the slot, and it rolls behind the net. Yeah, you're right. Mako have got themselves a little bit of time with the puck. March off the boards. Burns picks it up in his own zone, forcing Campbell to the corner. McCog. Chalice over the blue line. Chalice has got Campbell. Campbell shot straight on the money. Cody Buick making that save. A little bit of momentum for the Mako at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. This is what I was saying. Maybe they heard me. They're starting to settle into the game a bit more.
That's it. It's all because of you.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Great hustle there. Great defensive work, stick work. McCog over the blue line. Shot. Oh, my goodness. A spectacular save.
Save, goalie.
By Buick. A little bit of... I think he actually fell on the puck, stumbled on it, but he was trying to move across for that pass, and it got deflected under him.
He fell on purpose, Dave. A goalie never makes any mistakes.
No, never. It's all everybody else's mistake. Face off to the right, Cody Buick. Devlin facing off for the Stampede. Back to the point. Hanging on to it is McCullum, dumps it to the corner. Devlin picks it up in the other corner. Centers. Oh. Great hustle there in the corner. And that was a great effort by Ethan Doe.
Yeah, but also good positioning by the Mako goalie there. You know, he saw that he had his spot the whole time in clear ice.
Face off again to the right of goaltender Buick. Mako, move it up. Can't quite hit the pass. The puck rolls to the blue line. Tapping it back in was Mako. And again, back to the point. Flicks it in front. Broken up. But not out. And it's dumped into the corner. McDonald with it. Whiffs on that shot. And it rolls onto the blue line. Good shot there. Beat the goaltender, and that was
beat the net too.
Yeah. Dombrowski, and puck's deflected to the corner by Gerard. Here's Dombrowski again. Has it, dumps to the corner, rolls behind the net. Bit of a wrestle behind the net. No penalty called. And it's fired in around. Or Dombrowski collects it in the corner.
Oh.
And he's pushed over, tackled by, I think that was a Rusky Jones that had him down. His arms and legs everywhere. Puck centered, picked up.
Liam Rasmussen has that one again.
Rasmussen loses it in the neutral zone where March picks it up. And the Mako start to move it out. Over the blue line. And losing it. Turned around where McIntosh picks it up over the blue line. Pushed off the puck. And then collects it again. Back to the point. Shot and covered up by Buick. That puck made it all the way through a whole bunch of bodies, but Buick saw it. Well done.
Yeah, no, there's been some good play going either side, and it's good to see a little bit of heart being shown as well.
Sustained pressure there by the Mako for in that Stampede zone, getting a couple shots.
Some great blue line control as well from like the likes of the young Rasmussen, number 4. He's having a stellar game so far.
Back to the point. Ooh. Shot. Great glove save. Puck off the post as it was trying to be cleared. Back to the point. Shot tipped and gathered up by Gerard. Ooh. We talked about sustained pressure, and that was 3 good shots on net.
Yeah.
Creating a little bit of a, I'm sure, what the heck going on there?
The Mako is starting to get some traffic in front of the net, starting to take away the eyes from the goalie as well. And some of those pinball shots, they came close.
Yeah. Behind the net, McCollum hits McCog on the red line. Robbed by Marcus. No, robbed. Who was that? Wasn't McDonald. It was Marcus McDonald. Sorry, he did a spectacular job working hard in the neutral zone. But we talk about Marcus McDonald. Although he's Mako, he played in the Ice Black. He played for the Ice Blacks adult team. He played in the under-18s. Just turned 18 while he was playing in the Worlds against, I think it was Iceland when he turned the day. His birthday was the game against Iceland, I believe.
Jeez, what a birthday present for a young fella.
Remember those days? 18, full of energy.
Do you?
Barely. Stampede rail it in. Still controlling it though. And flicked out by the Mako. Fired in by the Stampede. Collected by the Mako, and they get it out. Campbell across to Chalice. Blue line. Chalice lines it up. And a deflected shot. I don't know where it ended up, but it didn't go in the net. Boniface chases it to the corner, collects it again, taps it up, but not out. And the puck where Hutchins passes to the neutral zone. Intercepted by McCullum. McCullum has some boogie behind him, but he loses it just over the blue line. Clark puts it into McCullum in the corner. McCullum working hard to lose Boniface. He's kind of like glue there all over him. Devlin on the point, pushes it to the corner. Lachlan Boniface railed up against the boards. That was Rusky Jones saying a hello. Kept in, fired in front. Beautiful work. Beautiful save by Buick. Play that one back to get a chance. Big shot by Clark, by Harford, just wide. Back to Clark. And finally, the Mako move it out into the neutral zone. Bumped off the puck. Oh! Almost a knee on knee there. Clark has a bit of a hit. Bit of physicality here.
It's a hockey play, Dave. It's a hockey play.
Unfortunate. So, 3 minutes, 59 seconds left. Big hello to everybody that couldn't make it in tonight. I'm sure there's a lot of Mako fans all over the country watching their friends and family members do battle against the league top of the table, SkyCity Stampede. Burns with it in his own zone. Cross ice to Roby. Roby over the red line, rails it around. Harrison tries to pick it up. March ends up with it. March to the red line. Over the red line, fired in. Then released by Gerard. Campbell to the red line where Roby is. Roby leaves for Harrison. Harrison pushes to the corner. Roby back to Harrison. McIntosh in front. McIntosh just misses in the target. Burns pushes it in. McIntosh behind the net, controlling things. He's like a quarterback, Colin McIntosh. You know,
He just sets it up. He sees the plays.
Sets it all up.
Oh.
And Colin McIntosh, just as Cody was about to catch it, just gives it a little tap.
A little taparoo.
Yeah. The old taparoo, yeah. So that magic wand, the Enigma magic wand, puts another one in. Four to one.
I have to say, it's been a good pace to the game, though. The refs seem to have made the decision to put the whistles away and just let the guys play. There's been some real long phases of play.
I think you're right. I think there's only been about 6 whistles in this whole period. Shot on net. McCullum. That was a tough one. That previous goal was a tough one for Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing you can really do with that.
No, you can have everything lined up, and you have a split second to make that reaction, and you've got his tip on it.
Another shot from McCullum and a great save. Railed around by the Makos. Charles. Controlling in the Mako corner. Can't get it back to McCog. And Makos march it up.
Oh, nice play, nice awareness.
And Gerard forced to play it against Lucas Fontaine. It's a brave move to skate out and go stick on stick against a player. Wow, well, we've got some hockey action. We got under 15. Who is it?
Yeah, so we've got the under 15s are playing tomorrow night in Dunedin.
Right.
Shout out to all the grommets heading out there. And then on Sunday is the under 12s, led by my son, Sawyer, who's going to be playing. So a little shout out there.
Wow.
And to his mates Caden and all the rest out there who are watching, I think, tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, have fun.
Hockey, more hockey.
They love it.
That was Boniface, that little shot on net. Nice work. Great face-off. And bit of a practice play, I'm sure. Mako's with it. Gerard forced to push that to the corner. Back to the point. And again into the corner. Centering pass. Shot deflected.
Hutchins.
Big spinorama by Hutchins. And Gerard forced to take a couple hits and make great saves. And offside is the call. It was just a whisker on the offside.
Yeah, there's one thing to the Mako credit is they have had actually some pretty sublime blue line control tonight.
Well, we'll see how we go. We're only 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Now I think we have some cross ice action happening after this too.
Yeah, there is some of the guys who didn't make it to the under 12s this weekend are here.
Fantastic to see. And pushing the puck around here in between the two periods. Watching their heroes.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, it's great for the game. Play in front of the guys they idolize, but also credit to the Stampede. They get out there to the practices as well and share their knowledge.
The boys just, starstruck. Devlin over the red line, over the blue line. Devlin. Oh. And that's a Campbell.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm sorry, it's a Rusky Jones one-timer from the deep slot. Pass from Devlin. Fantastic setup. With only 43 seconds left in this, pushes it out to a 5-1.
Yeah, it was a great break by the Stampede, but that's definitely one where the Mako defense, I think, owes the goalie a dinner tonight.
Mako pushing it into Stampede zone. Mako keeping it in. Roby against March. Roby. Feed past Harrison. Harrison pushes past one of the Makos, but bumped off the puck quickly. Shot, and McIntosh left in front of the net.
As quick as you like, eh?
Yeah, quick as a wink. Wow.
Yeah. I think the point's going to be for the Mako right now is to not get too discouraged. Keep up that fight that we saw in the first period. Try and keep going.
Whatever was working for them, those little plays they were setting up, worked really well, but a little bit of a scramble in front of their own net that's creating a bit of havoc.
Yeah.
And that ends the first period. 6-1. Deep. We're one period deep. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back about 15 minutes. Or do we want to commentate on these guys here? What do you reckon?
I think it might be a bit of fun.
All right, we'll see how we get on.
How these guys go.
The little rascals. The superheroes. We also have the Wakatipu Wild in Dunedin as well this weekend. They'll be leaving tomorrow morning, playing a doubleheader Saturday and Sunday in Dunedin.
All right, so this is the classic setup. I think, are they playing 3-on-3 or are they playing 4-on-4? Are we going with a lopsided 4-on-3?
Oh.
They got a penalty before they even stepped on the ice, Captain America.
I think they're a little bit, we'll see what happens.
There we go.
Chalice dropping the puck.
There we go.
Great control there by the Flash.
That's it.
Good pass. Captain America can't move it out.
We've got a break by the Flash. But Captain America, good control by Bentley there. He's carving it up. mitts as silky as you like, but just at the last minute. Some help from the live boards there. Young Leo Eriksson there taking it from behind, trying to keep it in the play of game. Oh, with a beautiful step, carving it up. Some help from his mates. Oh, and a breakaway. Oh! The flash get it straight through the 5-hole.
Matt Schwartz beaten badly there.
Young Eriksson again, but Bentley's there to clear up. Good to see. And some back and forth hockey. Oh, it's Eriksson on Eriksson, brother on brother, just like in the main game here.
I noticed he tried that little toe drag. That's fancy.
There we go. Oh, here comes William Eriksson. Oh, and William ties it up for Captain America. Great to see. Oh, a nice little drop pass there. Being collected, being hounded by Bentley though in Captain America, but he picks it up, makes a nice centering pass. A little step. Oh, and the big slapper. And that's again, I think it ended up 1-1, did it not, Dave?
High game.
Good stuff, handshakes all around.
I think they're going to get a photo and then groom the ice.
Yeah, this is great to see for the sport. It's tough, you know, these guys want to get to the sheds. They want to have a break themselves, but to see them stay out there and provide the support, this is what grows the game.
These kids out there with their heroes.
Yeah.
I might have got that wrong. It was 5-on-4. And now we'll groom the ice. Now we can take a break.
There we go, Dave.
We'll be back in 15 minutes. And we're back here. Second period battle between SkyCity Stampede and the Auckland Mako. I'm Dave Dubnick, and with me I have...
Yeah, Craig Jack here.
And the two of us going to bring you this play-by-play and a little bit of color. I have a huge apology. I've been calling... You know, it's that New Zealand math. You know, they say that New Zealand were bad at math. But Jake Thompson, Bob, better known as Bob, is in net for the Mako, not Cody Buick. So I apologize to Bob and all his friends and family that are watching. Anyway, puck is dropped. Harrison carries into Stampede and out of the Stampede zone into Mako zone and loses it behind the net. Big pass up ice, and icing is the call. Poor connection there. Boniface trying to make that connection. Can't do it. So it's all the way back. Icing is the call.
It's kind of deja vu, isn't it? This is how the first started, and let's see if we can see that same fight, though, from the Mako.
Yeah, protecting that goaltender, stopping the shots, tangling up the players in the slot. Harrison bumped off the puck.
Some heart.
McCullum over the blue line. Shot deflected wide and railed up, but not out. Harrison tries to collect it in front of the net. He can't. Ends up on Freer's stick back on his own blue line. McCullum feeds Chalice. Chalice steps in.
Ooh.
And McIntosh tries to tap that in on the far side. Moving it up to the right side. Shot chance there for the Makos. Beautiful skating. But couldn't get that shot away. Chalice turns it around. Campbell makes a move, but it's picked up by the Makos behind the net. And the Makos start marching it up. Moving it back is Campbell into the Mako zone. Pushed, railed into the boards for that effort. Back to the point, shot. And just flicked out to the red zone, to the red line.
Wrong code, Dave,
Yeah,
wrong code.
Burns with it behind his own net. Burns, cross ice. And it's bounced back in behind the net. Burns with it again, the corner. Quick shot. Close angle. And Mako's pushed in behind their own net. Hutchins. Good pass, saucer pass. Can't be collected. And it's batted back into Mako zone.
Oh. Nice backdoor play there.
That was Dylan Devlin that set that up.
Yeah.
And then tapped in.
You can't help but think, Dave, that maybe, the Mako, again, they're just gripping their sticks a bit too tight. We saw, what was it, in that last phase of play that, 2, 3, whiffs on it. They just need to settle down.
Yeah, it was high energy. Maybe a little nervous because they know that the Stampede don't get in first place by playing nice. They play hard.
Yeah.
Freer with it, tangled in his feet, bats it to the blue line.
Yeah, I want to see the Mako start to play like a barbarian side. I want to see them start to freewheel it. They've got nothing to lose.
McCullum forced back into it behind his own net.
Oh, nice.
Great control there. Wonderful control there. By the Makos, but they can't set it up. And Rusky Jones over the red line. Blue line shot. Good save.
Nice.
Thompson makes a couple beautiful saves. Back to the point, shot. And again, Thompson comes up clean. Shot off a skate. Pop, bounces to the corner. McIntosh carries to the blue line. Dumps to the corner. McCullum has it. Being heavily pressured by the Makos. Back to Burns on the blue line. Feed Harrison. Harrison. Oh. And that was a great pass in front to Roby. Tried a one-timer, but Thompson shut that one down.
Mako seem to have a bit of trouble just trying to clear their zone right now.
Harrison walks right in, but again, Thompson shuts him down.
He's flashing more leather than a runway right now, Dave.
Another one in front of the net, and Thompson's forced to get that one out of the way. Campbell with it on the blue line, shot in front, and it rolls to the corner. Mako scrambling. I think they're wanting a line. They want to change, but that's not going to help them. Icing is the call. They're getting tired, hemmed in. This is the second period. They call that the long change because it's a long skate to your bench, and they were hemmed in, and they look a little bit tuckered out.
You're starting to see a few stick smacks on the ice. I think they're getting a bit frustrated as well, Dave. But they just got to keep a cool head and just remember, their basics.
Absolutely right. Cool heads prevail.
Not that I'd know.
Hot-headed Canadian, nothing worse.
As long as we say sorry, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Clark and the point rolls off of Campbell's stick, can't get the shot. Great hustle there with Mako.
There we go.
And March with it. March over the blue line, red line, and rails it in. Campbell. Mako's end up with it. Shot. Great save. Gerard. Blocker save. Icing's the call. Stampede trapped in their own zone now.
Yeah, a bit more to see that, from the Mako. There was a bit more sustained pressure. They got right in the middle of the ice there, Up until now, they'd kind of been kept on the fringes. It's nice to see them get right in the face of it.
Yes, and they're also dogging heavily on those Stampede, not letting the Stampede set up. Hopefully they can do that. That's got to tire you out, though. It's like chasing the wind.
They're young. They've got the legs for it.
Chalice over the blue line. Shot. Clipped away by Tom's. Big hustle there. Stampede reached the puck first. All the way back down the ice. Back to the point. McCullum with it. Ooh. And offside's a call. Freer, again, another whisker just offside.
Yeah. Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, this is why Nagy was given that award. He was going to let them know. There's no doubt it was offside.
He's a very loud referee.
Clear! Hard!
All right, face off from the offside dot. McCullum over the blue line, carries into the slot, backhands it wide of the net. Puck rolls in front. Oh. Beautiful passing there by the Mako. Oh, Hutch over the blue line, dumps it into the corner. Oof. Could see that freight train coming. And Hutchinson's trying to set her, but picked up by Devlin. McCullum has it now in his own corner. Takes it behind the net. Starts to boogie over the blue line. Red line, he's got it all by himself. Shot, and Bob making it, sorry, Thompson making a beautiful save. McCullum's a hard guy to stop when he gets some momentum. Well, no. McCullum's a hard guy to stop, period. Momentum or not.
We'll get there one day. Oh.
Devlin off the post. Just wide of the net, you'd say, on that shot from Devlin.
Yeah.
Roby.
Goaltender's best friend.
Corner. Burns trying to center. Tap back to the corner. McIntosh with it against the boards. And Harrison trying a one-timer. Left all alone in the back door. And Jake Thompson being forced to make some dynamic saves.
Yeah.
Shot from the point and finally gobbled up by Thompson.
I think he's going to be getting some pretty big stick bats. He gives the
Yeah.
posts a bit of love on
a
that
little bit
one.
of thank you very much. Another coat of paint,
Yeah.
please.
A little Marc-Andre Fleury on that one.
As much as they're punishing, they've got to develop some momentum for Thompson. He's made some fantastic saves. He should be nothing to frown about there.
Oh, absolutely not.
Face off to the left of Thompson. Back to the point, dumped into the corner. McIntosh robbed of it. And it's finally moved out by the Mako. Off of the referee's skate and fired in. Harford trying to clear it up.
Another icing
And
call.
icing is the call. Good time to thank our sponsors, Mr. Jack. Big thank you to, of course, SkyCity, Queenstown, as well as LBR Consulting, Carter's, OCTA Project Management, Queenstown Health, Cook Brothers Construction, Creekworks, WT Partnership, James Allen Photography, Media Works, Eventifying, and of course the Queenstown Ice Hockey Club. Big thank you to all you people. You're making this thing work. Clark trying to march it down, being heavily harassed, and pushes it to the corner. And the Mako trying to collect it. And March with it. March starts to move it up over the red line, tangled up in Chalice's skates and batted back into Mako zone. Bad timing there where Chalice collects it. Back to McCullum. Chalice tries to center it. And it's just fired out. Picked up by the Mako over the blue line. Shot. Gerard forced to make the save as it moves back down the other end of the ice. Clark. Chalice moving it in to the corner. McCog with it in the corner. Chalice. Cross ice. McCullum trying that one-timer again.
Oh,
And Campbell
big hit from Campbell.
setting the Makos down. You probably heard that one. A little bit of physicality here. Great push out.
Here we go.
Stampede intercept that pass on the blue line and start to move it up and out. Collected by the Makos on the red line. Off of a skate and off another skate where Freer picks it up. Skates it over the blue line and dumps it around behind the net. Makos can't control it along the boards. On the point. Good pass forward. Cross ice. Makos over the blue line. Bumped off the puck by McCollum.
Here we go.
Off a skate. Good defensive play by Burns. Collected off his skate. And it rolls all the way down behind Mako's net. end-to-end action at the moment. And can't quite dance past that last defenseman. And the Mako's forced to give chase again. Rusky Jones over the blue lines. And Devlin in the right spot at the right time.
That's going to be a tough one for the Makos, Dave, because I mean, what we saw was in that phase of play, probably 2 or 3 great breakout passes by the Mako. You know, they had some beautiful passes tape to tape that sprung them. I think we had one time it was a 3-on-1, but that's just how quick it can turn around.
Yep. Cannot drop your head for a second against the Stampede. They're top of the table, although they're down by 2 games. They've got 2 games advantage. And tonight, I believe, Thunder are playing against the Admirals, and if the Thunder win this weekend, that's going to leapfrog them into first place.
That's a tight competition this year.
No kidding, especially Thunder, just doing a spectacular job, doing some serious heavy lifting. As the Makos march it into Stampede area, in the corner, battle for it, rolls to the McIntosh. Big feed pass to Harrison, just out of reach, where he taps, and Thompson breaks that up beautifully. Roby can't collect it, and icing is the call. Oof.
That was a great stick poke, eh?
Yeah, just robbed Harrison, I believe it was, from a great opportunity. Sadly, you know, goaltender, like a forward makes a mistake, it ends up being on the defenseman's shoulders, and when the defenseman makes a mistake, it ends up being on the goalie's shoulders, and when the goalie makes a mistake, it's a goal. And so he's the guy that looks bad, you know.
Yeah.
But everybody's just Stampede are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Well, I think Jake has nothing to be ashamed of tonight. He has made some stellar saves out there.
Against top-line shooters. McIntosh flicks it up. Harrison collects that on the blue line. Leaves for Chalice. Bounces off a body back to Freer, who carries to his own zone. McCullum on his blue line. McCullum over the red line. Carries almost behind the net and bounced off the puck. There's a chance for March. March trying to center, can't. No one there to collect that big pass. And it's in the Mako zone. Chalice gives chase. Almost robbed. Rusky Jones giving some grief in the corner. And it bounces behind the net. Tapped up. Shot from the blue line. Not that far off target, actually. And collected by the Mako on the red line. Just dodging a big hit from McCog. Behind the net, the Makos. Looking, wanting some help. Come on, guys. Come on back. Let's set this up. And ends up off a skate in front of the net. And it fired up off of the referee's skate. Button got in the way there. Devlin on the blue line. Devlin over the blue line. And it's broken up.
Josh Dickinson playing without a stick on defense as well, so they were lucky to get out of that one.
Lucky. Devlin with it on his own goal line. Across to Burns. Devlin collecting off the boards over the blue line. Devlin moves right in front, leaves for Rusky Jones, can't get a shot, and it's in the neutral zone. And skate back, shot.
Lash the glove.
Collected by Joel Gerard. Oh, that was a long series of play.
You're seeing a lot of great things from the Mako, though. Again, they're making these fast breaks. They're going up and down, and especially on defense now, they're starting to clog the center of the ice and take away the options from the Stampede.
We'll see how this goes. Harford behind the net. Fed up to Harrison, and wonderful save there by Tom. Thompson's making that beautiful save.
You'll get his name right
I know.
day.
I feel so bad. Bob is what we call him around the rink, but it's actually Jake, so I apologize. Mom's going to give me grief whatever I do, I'm sure. But Roby with it in the corner, behind the net. In front, forcing the save. Controlling in front again.
Jeez.
Thompson making a beautiful save. Batted down the ice. McIntosh centering. And Campbell taking a swipe at it.
Got the big sit down on that one.
But Thompson makes the save again as the Mako march it into Stampede zone. Shot off a shoulder, and it rolls to the neutral zone. McIntosh over the blue line. Can't quite hit Campbell. McIntosh in the corner with it. McCollum. Behind the net, referee included. Back to the point. Freer takes a crack at it. Puck bouncing in front dangerously, especially with McCog there. And Mako firing in. Puck rolls in front. And Gerard was a little bit out of position, but nobody there to gather it up.
It was a shame. It almost looked like a set play, trying to bang it hard off the back boards.
And whistle blows, so Thompson, great work there by that glove.
Yeah, I think he had a chance to see that one all the way. Just brought
Do you
it
believe
home.
there's only 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in this second period?
It's going by fast. As again, the refs
Yeah.
are just letting the game go,
Let
letting
it
it
flow.
play.
Yep. March, cross ice, over the blue line, pushed off the puck, turned around. Devlin feeds McCullum. McCullum has one more to beat.
Oh,
And Thomas makes a beautiful save again.
yeah.
Thompson, unbelievable. Like, didn't get, McCullum was moving back and forth and could have easily been deked out, but no.
Cullum had more moves than Saturday Night Fever, but Thompson just stuck with them.
Burns takes a crack from the point. Broken up quickly, but Rusky Jones carries into the zone, but loses it. Well, Devlin, this is not usual that Dylan Devlin's on the receiving end of a hit.
Who's that? Yeah, Cody Bicek. I think I saw him giving about 6 or 8 apologies to Devlin on that one as he went and skated his way to the box.
Yeah. Oh, well. Geez, I had. So, once again, Mako are going to be forced to. Ooh, off of a body. Big tap from McIntosh. Back to McCollum. McCollum. Tellis. And the Mako fired all the way down, giving them a bit of a breather. with only 2 minutes left in this second period. Harrison over the blue line. Takes it to the corner, leaves for McIntosh, back to Chalice, across to McIntosh. Chalice, back to McCullum, shot.
Oh.
Thompson had his number.
Yeah, I think you might have to check his gear for magnets there, Dave. He's just collecting everything at the moment, eh?
Puck magnets.
What a save.
Unbelievable. Good penalty kill. They've killed off most of the first half of this penalty. And so Stampede send out another line to see if they can crack it. Harford to Cullum. Burns. Freer fans on his one-timer. And again, Mako cleared all the way down the ice. 50 seconds left in this penalty. And a minute 23 left in the game. Period.
It's not quite over yet.
Not quite over yet. No. Harford along the boards. Back to Burns on the point. Harford, Burns on the blue line, shot. Tap to the corner. Freer with it. Freer along the boards. Burns at the blue line. Devlin. And
another great save, eh?
Thompson just made, I don't know where he got that one because it was bouncing all over the place like a jackrabbit.
He's just got great positioning at the moment, Dave. He just seems to be in the right spot at the right time, which is what you want to see from a young goalie in a game like this. And the Mako just seem to keep disrupting anything that the Stampede are trying to set up at the moment.
Yeah, I think the Stampede are practicing with their power play. And that's it. The end of the power play with less than a minute left. And Gerard forced to flash the leather.
He hasn't had much work tonight, but when he has, Gerard's looking pretty sharp as well down the other end.
Another young goaltender. You know, the early ice hockey players of Canada used to use moose antlers as hockey sticks.
I thought you were going to say to keep warm.
And the goaltenders would wrap themselves in beaver pelts.
Oh, they thought the goalie would use a beaver tail.
Oh, yeah, the old beaver tail. Slap. Face off deep in Stampede zone.
Bit of confusion there for the line change.
Puck makes it to the goaltender, and it's swept away by Gerard with 6 seconds left. Oh. And that could be.
Keep it out.
That could have been the best save yet. It ping-ponged in between the both pads in the 5-hole, and he just dropped.
He just shut the door. He squeezed it up against the post, didn't he?
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Gotta be, so we're looking at 8-1, end of the second. We're gonna take a little break. I'm Dave Dubnik.
Yeah, Craig Jack, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for the final stanza.
What are you, an English teacher? Yeah, I know, right? I'll pick it up.
I don't think I've got a name right. drop. Back here, third period, Queenstown Arena. Mako's trying to get it out of their own zone. Hutchinson with it, tangled in its feet. And it's poked to the corners. Harrison with it. Harrison robbed by Hutch. Hutchinson can't get it out. But McIntosh taps it to the red line. And a little bit of pursuit there where McCullum is forced to go all the way back behind his own net. He hits Harrison on the blue line.
Oh!
Robbed by Hutchinson again. It's twice. And McIntosh with it in the corner. Puck bounces past Campbell, where Burns picks it up in his own zone. Makos can't keep it in. Up to the blue line, collected by McCog. Across to Burns. Campbell can't make that pass. And the Makos march it up over the blue line. Can't control it. Campbell has it. Neutral zone. McCog over the blue line. Chalice shot. Puck pushed away from the center into the corner. Campbell robs that. Tap off the boards. And Mako struggling to get any control of it. Mind you, neither can the Stampede. It's all neutral zone work, Jack, Mr. Jack.
It is in the middle.
Clark hits McCog on the red line. Bounced off the puck.
Ooh.
That's Doug. Big hit. Right on the red line. Doug with it. Ethan Doug. Devlin. Tresky Jones. Back to Devlin on the red line. He's got three
He's got
Mako.
hounded, eh?
That's right. 3 Makos on it. Would you call that a school? Or are they being schooled? Oh, stop it.
Oh, it's a frenzy. It's a frenzy of puns, Mr. Dubnik. Oh, another big save.
Great work in front of the net. No penalty as someone goes over hard. Back to the blue line. Shot.
Oh.
Doge can't control that. He had an open net in the corner. And Boniface slows things down. Beautiful pass. Turned around in the neutral zone. McCollum over the blue line. He's got some pace. Behind the net, waiting for someone to pass to. Still has it.
He's going around like a merry-go-round.
And it's off his skate. Intercepted by Roby. Roby marches it down over the blue line. And off his skate again. Mako. That's McDonald, I believe. That quick step. Tried a little flick in front, and it bounces all the way to the neutral zone.
He was trying to do a Zegras.
And McIntosh can't drag that back off the offside because Harrison was too eager. An eager little rascal. Big
One
shout
thing,
out.
though, I was just going to say, Dave, sorry to cut you off there, but if you take a look at the Mako bench, I know you guys can't on the screen, but, you know, they've been standing up on that bench the whole game. They are invested, and I want to see them just give her.
McIntosh to the point. Shot. Hutchinson can't hit his man, and it's shot off the leg from Roby. And to slow down the pace. Hutchinson misses his man, ends up on McIntosh's stick. Over the blue line, dances, and Thompson making a spectacular save there. Campbell, and what do you call that? Tackling? Tackled at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it was,
Hutchinson goes down. You were saying about Hutchinson and Campbell.
Yeah. Oh, they're great mates in the hallways at the high school, and it was good to see them go. I think maybe Campbell got 2 for cuddling.
2 for cuddling. Yeah, tackling. Wrapped all because they're about a 1.5 difference in height.
Yeah.
So
That's being generous.
I think they just got tangled up, and Campbell got 2 minutes for a holding. Boniface with it, takes it to the corner, feeds the point, but he can't keep it in.
Yeah, I want to see them make something of this, you know. Try some plays, go up the middle. Who's going to take the puck?
And Stampede fired all the way down, giving the Mako a chance to regroup and march it out. Good test for Stampede as well.
Oh,
nice work there.
God, through him.
Mako. Some good sustained pressure at the moment by the Mako. Oof. Chalice. Oh, still has it in his own zone. And Hartford drives it all the way down, leaving McIntosh there. He's pushed off the puck. He's got a big smile on his face. He tried hard to get that in by himself. He had 2 Makos on him.
I think he was being kind, Dave.
You reckon? One of the things you got to consider is the Makos, there's always a little bit of changing of the numbers and the people, which makes it difficult at times for systems.
And for commentators.
Yeah. No, that's just me. Useless tonight. Useless. Roby over the red line, blue line. McIntosh with it now. McIntosh straight on the numbers. 13-18 left. Penalties over. Oh, no, sorry, I lied. Again.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. 13-18 left in this third period. Unless, will it go into possibly overtime? If it goes.
Geez, you know, I've seen some pretty spectacular comebacks in my day, Dave, but I don't think this is going to be one of them.
Right, you got all this excitement again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Freer. Deflected high, right through a leg, and I don't know if Tompkins saw that. Like,
I think it would have been a hard one, but good to see the Mako getting bodies in front to try and stand up for their goalie as well.
He's been peppered.
I think that's putting it lightly. He has been shellacked.
That penalty's over. And Stampede have it in the Mako zone. Back to Rusky Jones. Cross ice to Freer. Freer lobs it in front. Dylan Devlin can't collect that. Here's a chance. 3-on-2. Oh, spectacular opportunity there for the Mako. It was all there. Gerard was pulled to one side. Devlin returns fire all the way back down the ice. Mako behind their own net. Hutchinson leaves it to Burns in the point. Rusky Jones behind the net. Takes it to the corner. Leaves it for Burns. Burns back to the point. Shot.
Oh.
And Devlin was there. Couldn't collect it, though.
He left that one begging.
Devlin. And Mako's struggling to get control of it, and they finally do. And Campbell.
There we go.
Stampede get caught on the line change. And Mako fired in.
Oh,
Kept in nicely by Matt Cog. And Mako again controlling in the neutral zone. Ooh. Campbell taken down hard. There'll be a penalty for boarding. You guys can see that, play that one back.
he's getting a few chirps from the bench, I reckon.
Number 15 for the Mako. Yeah.
Chicade and Pang.
Bang, 2 minutes for boarding. Maybe a bit of frustration. Mako forced to kill a penalty again. They've done well in the penalty kill.
Yeah. Just want to see him keep their shape a bit more.
Great. McIntosh marches it in. Shot, and McCog finds that 5-hole.
Yeah.
Driving it up to 9-1. 10 minutes, 33 seconds left. Pang is back out of the box.
Yeah, for those playing along at home, the shots are 38-18 in favor of the Stampede. So like I said, Thompson, he has faced a lot of rubber tonight.
Freer. And how that Hutchinson broken up beautifully. I think that was, I'm not sure who that was that made that beautiful diving save. Break that up from Hutchinson. Devlin. And McCullum to Freer, and it's off the timber.
They've been winding up for a few of the big clappers, but they haven't actually made their way through to the net yet.
No. Face off to the left of Mako's goalie. Jake Thompson. Hutchinson. Across to Rusky Jones. And Mako struggling to get it out of their zone. I think there's
The
issues
nets come off the
off its moorings. Big thank you to all you people listening. Glenn, big shout out. Bex, hugging the fire at home, watching this. Stampede dominating at the moment. And another one off the beams.
we need to raise the roof in here.
Well, we are. Queenstown is noted to have the lowest ceiling of all the rinks, and it's kind of like a little hometown advantage because you often see players not succeeding with that little tap up. Tall players have to duck.
That's the one. So you got both Campbells out there. I see.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good shot from the point. Thompson had a piece of that and pushed it to the side. McCullum against the boards. Just trying to make a play, but
He's given all the time in the world,
yes,
isn't he?
Yeah, nobody's on top of him. And Roby tries a one-timer. McCullum back to Roby. Circles around along the boards. McIntosh. Point. Freer. Roby can't control it. Huge battle for it in the corner. And the Mako will be looking for a line change here if they can get one. Because
here we go.
here's Campbell with it over the blue line. Campbell takes it behind the net, and puck rolls in front, and McIntosh makes easy work of that.
That's one of those ones that is a goalie's nightmare. It was just a bouncing puck, and Campbell just chucked it in front with a hope and a prayer.
And I think McIntosh is left unguarded. That would be rule number 4 in a hockey.
It's kind of the Ovi syndrome, isn't it? You never leave the top scorer open in the pocket.
It's one of the commandments, I believe.
The dude abides.
All right, Chalice on to Campbell's stick. Campbell loses it on the blue line. It's unfortunate with their passing. Hutchinson loses it down in Stampede zone. Chalice, cross ice, Burns. Burns over the blue line, loses it in front of the net. Oof. Chalice with it again in his own zone. Cross ice to Burns, over the blue line. Burns stops on the blue line.
Ooh.
And McCog is pushed out of the way at the last second. He had nothing but net there. Crowd's liking that hit.
It's a reverse hit. I think the bench got excited about that one.
Makos can't get it out. Clark pushed off the puck. Finally, it's cleared up, and no icing. Hart fires it all the way up, trying to hit Devlin.
And that one will be.
And that will be icing, trapping the Stampede in and allowing the Makos to have a change. 6 minutes, 41 seconds left.
Far out.
A try and a penalty would get them back in it.
Geez, we are code switching tonight, aren't we? You know, a hope and a prayer to try and make it up, but it is a tough one. But hey, the Mako haven't given up hope at all.
Like you said, you're looking at those shots on net, you know. Oh, spectacular shot from the point. Made it through all the way to Gerard. 34 shots to 18. That's a lot of difference.
I think it tells the tale, is that the Mako, they've been doing their best to try and set up, but you know, for this team that doesn't play together normally, young fellas, I think they're still doing themselves pretty proud.
Back in that Mako zone as the Stampede move it up. McCullum with it. Blue line, cross to Freer. Freer slapper, tapped behind the net. Jones to McCullum. Broken up by March. And the battle for it on the blue line. Freer. McCullum, he's being pressured. Lots of forechecking here. McCullum over the red line, over the blue line. And a great save and a bit of a rebound, which was tangled in some feet.
Yeah,
but finally collected by Tompkins.
I think McCullum, he was a bit unlucky on that one. He just seemed to dance straight through the defense like they were standing pylons.
Yeah. They're getting tired. And, you know, McCullum would be one of the top players in the league, so.
Yeah.
Shot off the post. And Mako putting some pressure on.
Oof.
Harrison knocking down one of the Makos.
As you said, you know, the pace of this game has just been frenetic. It is nonstop.
Roby with it in the corner, dumps behind the net. Came off a skate.
Yeah.
As McIntosh tried to center. Can't be everywhere.
The puck is not their friend tonight, the Mako. But it's still just, you know, you put the puck to the net and good things can happen.
Yes. So we're looking at 4 minutes, 48 seconds left. 11-1.
Like to see the Mako get one more.
Let's see how it goes. Well, they've had chances. And some of them very good chances. Chalice. Hits McCog. Muscled off the puck. And finally, it's cleared up to the red line. Mako's shot. Offside's the call right before the shot. So face-off will be on the offside dot. Well, tomorrow night, same action, 7 o'clock.
So on. Get some rest, come back tomorrow, set the tone.
Bowl full of wheat mix and a Milo. You know, if we were in Canada, it would be like a stack of pancakes.
A bowl of poutine.
Yeah.
Stick to your ribs.
Stack of dollars, silver dollar pancakes with
Oh,
lashings of butter and oozing with real maple syrup.
Oh, you're making me nostalgic, Dave.
Sorry about that. Cup of coffee.
Oh, Timmy Ho's double-double just tips it off.
Campbell collects in the neutral zone. Puck rolls around and bounces behind Thompson. And here's a chance for the Makos with some boogie. Hartford pushes Makos off the puck.
Oh.
And it's just about kept in where Hartford passes it to the
good save.
off a
Thompson
shoulder.
again.
And Makos had no one to pass to as they march it into the Stampede zone. Once again, Campbell can't control that. Can't hit Rusky Jones. March makes the pass. And a great puck bouncing in front, and it's finally batted out all the way down the ice. And icing is the call. That had a great opportunity written all over it, but again, Mako's unlucky in front of the net, swiping at it. 3 minutes left.
That's the story of the night, though, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
that they
have had chances.
Yeah.
I mean, not 11 chances like the Stamp, not, you know, but they
38 chances.
a little bit of unluckiness.
Yeah. That's it. You just want to see a bit more finish in the Mako game, and maybe tomorrow night that will come.
McCullum. Bad pass in front.
Oh.
Bouncing pass onto Ethan Doug's stick over the blue line. Shot. Pushed off the puck.
Oh, and the ref goes for a spill.
Everybody goes down. There's not a strike, but a spare there.
Yeah.
Great save, by the way, in all that, as Ethan released the puck. Tom.
Nagy gets to drop the puck for his troubles as well.
Yeah. And Thompson made a great save on that as well.
He's been the standout tonight, Dave.
I reckon. And another save. He's probably wondering, like, come on, guys, you got to stop those men from shooting. It's kind of tough.
Yeah, well, I think if you're a goalie, you are a psychopath at the best of times.
Oh,
he
stop it.
loves it. He loves it. The
well,
more shots, the better, right?
Well, who else stands in front of a piece of rubber flying 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, apologies to all the
every-
goalies out there, but you know it's true.
You all, everybody gets out of the way except the goalie. He stands in the way. Like, there's a little bit of silliness there. Stampede, keep it in. Yeah. Along the boards.
There we go.
Backing himself on that tap up the boards, but he just couldn't catch it.
Yeah.
Needing a line change.
Bit too heavy, and that's it. I think everyone's just going for it now.
Yeah.
Just trying to push it out. What have we got? Just under 2 minutes left, and someone wants to be the hero for the Mako to put one more up, but it's just been clinical by the Stampede.
McIntosh facing off for the Stampede to the left of Thompson. Mako march it out over the blue line, behind the net, railed against the boards, can't center, and there'll be a slash penalty. Is that Campbell again? With only a minute 42 left in this, the third and final period.
Well, if they have a chance, this is going to be it, isn't it?
Absolutely. The makings of a goal by the Auckland Mako. Puck rolls down into Mako zone behind the net, regrouping and moving it out over the blue line. March over the blue line, rails it around, and back down the ice. Forcing the Makos behind the net. Over the red line.
Ooh.
Blue line. Back to the point. Cross ice. Freer.
Oh.
Can't block that. That was a good shot by Boniface.
Yep.
March's caught in March's shot. Score!
Oh, yes!
You said
that
it.
was the one, eh? Oh, he paid for it, though. We've got a little bit of
kerfuffle going on.
Yeah.
McCog taking
yeah.
March, that extra effort, leading that.
Starting to see tempers boil over a little bit here.
39 seconds left, just making it very interesting for tomorrow night's game.
Yeah. That's the one. Refs are in a bit of a scrum.
They're just discussing what happened after the play.
Yeah.
Big thanks to all our volunteers that are tangled up with all this hockeyness. You know, it's from the people that take the tickets all the way through to people that sell the tickets. And
I think you covered the gambit there, Dave.
yeah, taking the tickets to selling the tickets, parking the vehicles, filling the drink bottles, all those things.
No, it's great to see the support out here from the volunteers, running everything from the raffles to the food stalls to the parking to the tickets, Dave.
Yeah.
To the commentators.
Yeah, all those Sunday morning hot dog sizzles. Yeah. Or no, sausage sizzles.
Well, the Queenstown Ice Hockey Club, you know, they are relentless in what they do and what they've built here in this small town.
Yeah, punching way above their weight. You think about that.
Yeah.
Queenstown, very small town.
I do believe, Dave, that it is the second largest hockey club in New Zealand now.
Stop it.
It is growing exponentially.
Unbelievable. You know, we do well in all the different leagues. Big discussion for only 39 seconds left. Whatever's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. It's hockey, Dave. That you got to take these things seriously.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
There's a lot of talking going on.
Lots of talk. Hey, maybe it's a cabinet meeting.
No, it's far too civil for that, Dave.
Yeah, and they'll probably come out with a decision.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
I don't see one road cone out here.
It's starting to get a bit political here.
Yes, I don't see a road cone, not a high-vis vest.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for the wardens in the benches, in the stands.
Yeah. But just like politics, both sides look unsatisfied.
All right. We've got 2 in the box over on the Stampede side, and we've got 1 in the box over here. 1 in the box for the Stampede, 1 in the box for the Mako.
Is it offsetting minors?
I guess so.
Are we going to finish? Are we finishing with 4 aside? I don't think anybody actually knows what's.
All right. Now they've got 2.
Got 2, but they still have 4 aside. Oh, is it? Oh no, we've
5
got
on 4.
5 on 4. We'll get there eventually, Dave.
Don't ask us. I'm only here for my looks. And Stampede fire it down with.
Just under 30 seconds.
And they control in the zone. McIntosh with it. It's poked off his stick. And left rolling on the red line.
Few bodies.
Freer with it. Freer tries to step past. What?
Just got sandwiched.
And McIntosh in front. Freer and Thompson makes another game-ending save. Beautiful work. Oh my goodness. That ends it. 11-2. Great last-minute goal by March to at least bring the Makos into 2 goals. Big thank you to all you listeners and watchers. I'm Dave Dummick.
I'm Craig Jack, and you stay classy, Queenstown.
Stay classy, Queenstown. You are amazing. Thank you very much.